says we're live. Why can't I see it?
Well, now my...
Do you see it?
Unfortunately, my computer has now decided...
Oh, here it is. All right, we are actually live here.
All right, we might be in trouble.
What?
Okay, here we go. Sort of starting to... Well, now my... I could hear me complaining about something. Unfortunately, my computer is...
Getting off to a great start here.
It seems okay. Yeah, the...
I'm going to try to play something real quick just to make sure.
Here we go. Sort of starting to... I could hear me complaining about something.
Getting off to a great start here.
It seems okay. Yeah, the...
I'm going to try to play something real quick just to make sure.
I could hear me complaining about something.
Okay. Ready?
I'm ready. I'm so ready. Okay, yeah,
Hi. Tess, we never know with these things. Oh, good. There's fuzz again, apparently. Why do we have fuzz? There's a lot of fuzz like the last time.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Some sort of terrible fuzz.
Are you hearing our...
Hi. Tess, we never know with these things.
the test?
Oh, good. There's... Yeah, Anita. Well...
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another... We've got it all figured out. I hope it sounds okay. It seemed good in the playback that I was hearing.
She said that I'm still quiet, but that's okay.
Scream.
Is the fuzz gone, though? That's the thing I'm mostly worried about.
Is it a gentle, easy to listen to fuzz, or is it an aggressive fuzz?
Is Jason loud? Am I quiet? What's the problem? What's the problem here?
We can make some adjustments.
Welcome to Technical Difficulties with Jason and Sam. All right, well,
I think
fuzz is gone. Or maybe it's easier for me actually. All right, is that better, Anita? We'll see how it goes.
turn me on, dead man.
Oh, she says you're quiet too, so I'm gonna turn you up too.
Turn me up, Sam man. Mr. Sam man. This is a cool one. People are gonna find all of this.
Well, most people have like they have like an engineer, someone helping. All right, she can hear us. Fuzz is gone. We're good. So,
hey, welcome to the 27th
episode. This is we made it to 27. We didn't die.
This is
Oh no, we might die between now and then. That's what it is.
We're gonna die before the end of this episode.
We got to get this in.
Of course,
Our buds, an astrologer.
the theme song. Our friends, astrologer. Our friends and yours.
Andrew and Candrew.
Shreds by Nick.
All right, it's a fish. It's official. It's official. All right, we're good. We're loud. We've had a proper intro. We're not wearing sunglasses today.
Why aren't we wearing our sunglasses,
Someone
Sam?
made fun of us inadvertently.
It's true. We got mocked, folks. We got cyberbullied.
We got mocked. Look, we were just trying to play a little homage.
We were trying to have an homage to TV Party, a clear antecedent.
Turns out no one knows what that is. No one was getting it. They just thought we were cool, which is not actually.
We didn't.
We know we're not cool.
So we didn't wear our sunglasses at the live performance that we did at Crescent Ballroom as well. We went sans.
We opted out.
Suns.
We thought that would be a little too cool.
And I think we both found, this is a little more, maybe it's a little more They also say windows. Wait.
Windows.
Eyes are the window to the soul.
Windows are the. Yeah.
And that when God closes a door, he opens a window and you jump out of it. So that's what we're doing
That's
here.
what we'll do before episode 28.
We're sans sunglasses, but
I'm wearing real glasses though, because turns out the older you get,
The blinder you
the
get.
blinder you get. What that is there some sort of saying there too? I don't know.
They say when God closes your glasses, he opens your
Who are these
windows.
Who are these they people that are coming up with all this stuff?
I don't know anything. It's Monday morning. Oh,
That was
no shit. You're not going to hear this until Thursday. But if you're
It's
listening,
Monday for us.
but it's Monday for us, and it's a very Monday.
Yesterday for us was Easter, and I saw you play a show at Chibo.
I did play a show at Chibo, and I appreciated you and Anita and Becky, the friend wives in attendance. Yeah, we did a little Easter hangout at Chibo.
Easter sesh.
The weather was really nice last night.
It was.
There was some discussion, are we going to do this inside or outside? And I said, is it too weird to do it outside? And everybody said, yes, but we'll do it for you anyway.
Wow.
And then we did it. No, I'm
You
just
got
kidding.
a lot of pull in this town, Jason.
I got so much pull.
I'm starving. I'm just realizing, thinking about the delicious food that I had at Chibo last night. I'm actually pretty hungry.
What have you had so far? When we went on KJZZ, they had us list our breakfast, and I got breakfast shamed. Although
I thought I got breakfast shamed.
I think we both got breakfast
I had
shamed.
a Kind Bar and a Red Bull, which is what I'm running on right now, too.
Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty consistent there.
So I've had a Cliff Bar and like
And a Monster?
seven cups of coffee.
Okay.
So
So we're wired.
we made a joke
Malnourished.
about this being our 27th episode and how we might not survive it. And I think we just figured out two massive, yeah, they both died of simultaneous heart attacks while doing a YouTube.
In our lives, I think.
Well, I was going to ask you before we get into our
These are
clicks,
healthy, right? No, they're actually not. I heard have the, oh, wow, look at that. But
with the mellowness.
there seem to be more people talking than we're actually there.
I think that may
So
be
when
the
you
case.
Yeah, when you listen back, it's just like, it's like an episode of the Gilmore Girls.
In what way?
Just like fast talking.
Okay. It is.
Somebody will get that. One of the friend wives will understand what I mean there.
I am a fan of the Gilmore Girls, and well, one of the reasons why I asked.
Sorry, Anita said I'm hogging bandwidth because our daughter at home is doing her tutor.
Sorry.
Virtual tutor. Wait, how is that? Okay, whatever.
I say, are
Oh,
you
we
on
need
their
our-
internet somehow?
Wait, we need to be able to see our chat. Oh, no one's there. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So we didn't miss anything.
Well,
Turns out we have one listener, and it's Anita.
wait, what are these?
Oh, we do.
just played the George Michael song to get hyped up. Bob V. Thank you, Bob.
Oh, people are here. Okay, so our stuff
27.
turned up late.
Okay, this is great. What else do we got here?
We got Bob. We got Anita. We got the Platinum Child. We got.
I heard you guys are giving playoff tickets. That's not true, Elvis. You were lied to. I'm sorry.
Sorry, buddy.
But
Me specifically.
is this you haven't heard this call yet?
I have not heard this call yet.
So you're getting it live in the moment. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. You're gonna have to address this.
Hey, this is William. I attended WASTOIDS Live Quick Vortex tonight,
Thank you, William.
and I didn't get the chance to ask Sam a question. I wanted to ask, do you have any plans to release any more solo music soon,
Ooh.
or any solo shows?
Oh,
Because I really liked 10 songs, and of course, the EP you did during the pandemic a while back. I'm just curious to see if there's any plans to follow any of that up. Of course, I'm sure a lot of us would love to see some small acoustic shows, maybe to play some of those songs. Pretty cool.
I should have opened up for
Thank
you
you.
last night.
William.
I think you're a headliner all on your own. But I thought William had some. I found myself thinking, gosh, I wonder if Sam is gonna play some.
Thanks,
some live
William.
shows. William,
No,
gotcha.
not going to play any live shows. Won't be doing that anytime soon. Probably never. I like the idea, kind of, but not enough to actually do it. Music, sure. I would love to. Man, I just got to find some inspiration.
You got some tunes cooking. I know.
I got
for
a lot.
fact
I got a lot
you
of
got
tunes.
A
I got a lot of
cooking.
tunes, but they're kind of like.
Sam, will you? She wants you to play "My Funeral," the song by Saves the Day. Is that what?
At your funeral?
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I have played a funeral before.
Have you ever played a wedding?
I have. I played a couple weddings. I played Rob from Limbeck's wedding. Oh, wait, no. Patrick from Limbeck's wedding. I played Nate Rush's sister's wedding. We played a Zombies cover on. I bought a ukulele and learned how to play This Will Be Our Year.
That's Kate, right?
Basic.
Kate Ruth.
Kate Roush.
Just kidding. I figured all their names.
Charlotte Roush.
Charlotte.
Charlotte Roush. No, Libby actually. Libby's wedding.
Okay.
First one. I think she's had a couple now at this point. First wedding. I just want to be clear. Didn't play the second one.
And you also played but you've also sung a song at a funeral.
I played a guitar at a funeral while Libby Roush's brother sang.
I see. That's Nate.
That's Nate. Yeah.
I think I've sung at a funeral, my grandpa's funeral. We covered his favorite song. Baby Got Back. No, I'm just kidding. No, his favorite song is
Afternoon Delight.
Close to You by the Carpenters.
Nice.
Close. I mean, it's kind of a...
I think maybe I said it before in the show, but one of my uncles sang Lay Lady Lay at his daughter's wedding.
It's a very Arrested Development style Afternoon Delight.
Afternoon Delight.
Kerfuffle.
Yeah, it's kind of like, huh? I like the song. Wait, what? What's going on?
And I guess I've sung at a few weddings too.
Really? Your own?
No, I did not sing at my own wedding, thankfully.
I thought you did a cover of Spiders by Wilco at your wedding.
Yeah, that's how we did. Yeah, we did a 15.
See you guys in 20 minutes.
A 15-minute motoric. No,
you had a little bit of that going last night at your show.
Yeah, that was fun.
Krasner was doing jammy jam moments.
Yeah, we were like, we're gonna let it get real jammy, real spacey.
Yeah, I got super spacey.
It was fun. It's fun. It's fun doing like these like. It was just for everybody watching except for Anita who was there. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool to do like a duo set, just two of us, and then my friend John hopped in and played some guitar too.
I'm a super fan. I think I've been to more of your shows this year than I've been to shows in the last 10 years.
You've been to more of my shows than I've been to my shows.
Yeah, I think I might have actually. No, I was saying though, it's so easy to go to your shows.
It is?
They're like most of them are like in close enough proximity to my house. They're not like they don't feel like proper shows, you know? It's not like, oh, come see my band open up for Yellow Card at Rebel Lounge or whatever. It's like
right, that's next week. No, I'm just kidding.
I won't be at that one. No, I go to the easy ones where it's like, oh yeah, we just are gonna go get dinner anyway, so let's just go to Chibo. We'll get some dinner and we'll watch some jammy jams.
This is what we're trying. This is our approach is to have no stress performances, usually early, or usually on the early side too.
I like it.
So yeah,
you're very accommodating to your fans.
I'm so accommodating to my many fans. Short
set. You played what, 6 songs?
Last night we only played 6 songs, but like you said, we made sure at least some of them were like 7 minutes long.
Yeah, I could have used 7.
We should have done it.
Done one more. You should have done Spirit in the Sky.
I mean, that would have been good. We did, for Jesus. It was his big day yesterday. One of them.
If you haven't heard,
he is risen. And but no, I think you should. I want to see some Sam shows. I want to see some Sam.
You can do it.
Sam multi. I can do it.
Yeah.
So just play your songs.
Just play my songs. You play. Yeah. I mean, mix it up a little bit.
I mean, I am getting a little sick of these songs that I've been playing, the ones that I wrote.
You got so much more, though. You're working on another one.
It's true.
You and old Dadweed.
Mr.
Zach. Coming out.
We got to get him on this podcast. He's been...
You're so prolific, dude.
Well, I don't know. I'm making up for lost time. That's my thing. People are like just zoning.
All my life?
They're just zoning at this point. They're like, I do not care.
Is this Click Vortex or... JPW.
This is chat.
Happy hour.
Well, this is our side show. It's called.
I see our chat stopped, so
chat
maybe we should move on with the
show. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. William, thank you for coming to see Click Vortex live. Thank you to everybody who came. It was awesome.
I got a lot of fun cooking.
I'm excited to hear Sam's new tunes.
I'm gonna be in Phoenix for a while. Maybe I'll actually work on some music one of these days. When studio doesn't work here. That's something. Reminds me, I have to call Sweetwater. I'm going to call Gary at Sweetwater. I'm sure he's listening somehow. Gary's
going to text you
just
before
text
we're
me.
Off. Yeah.
Ask me how I'm doing. Ask me how my Apollo 8PX XP something rack is working out for me, and I'll tell you it's not, actually, Gary.
Yeah.
Broken.
We record here at 850 West Lincoln, home of Hello Merch, home of WASTOIDS, home of many great enterprises, and the building is haunted in by creatures that specifically cause
Pigeons,
strange
mostly.
electrical hums
Yeah.
and buzzings. Usually, they can be heard on this program, but in this case, they jumped from this board to the Apollo and fried it.
This board works though,
This-
luckily.
and it sounds pretty good to me. Anita says circle jerk. I'm not. Maybe that's what we're doing right now.
Probably. Let's
So,
get going.
Let's get clicking.
Well, folks, I'm going back to the well of 1973.
Oh, such a good year.
You know, I just figured, I bet there was more Beatles stuff I could talk about from 50 years ago, but turns out there wasn't. I covered most of it in episode 23. So today I'm starting my clicks with Buckingham Nicks.
Oh, all right. They were members of some well-known
We'll find
soft
out
rock
about it.
band.
I'm
No?
sure we'll figure it out here. But just to kick this off right, you'll never guess who played drums on this thing in 1973.
I'm gonna
Take a wild stab.
Okay, it's a well-known session drummer.
Well-known session drummer who basically played on every record in 1973. So why not play on a super obscure debut? You know,
Are we talking the K-Man?
we're talking the K-Man. The K-Man somehow played on this album too.
Jim Keltner had no shortage of bookings in 1973.
Jim Keltner was just getting passed around like a football in 1973.
Oh,
He was just riding around. He was just one studio to another. He'd hop in his 1972 Ford conversion van and smoke a little something, and then pop in, play some drums, pop out, go in the next one.
Yeah.
The dude was everywhere.
he was nonstop.
So I've heard some songs off of this Buckingham Nicks album. I've seen the cover a few times, that's for sure. There's a little bit of scandalous stuff going on there with that one that I'm going to leave out. You can just do your own research on that one. But it's a good album. I don't think I'd ever actually fully listen to the entire thing. So I did yesterday, and here's the first track called Crying in the Night. This is a Stevie Nicks orig. Can't hear it. There it is.
Paid to get played.
Sounds like Fleetwood Mac. Actually sounds better than Fleetwood Mac.
It's pretty.
IMO.
Very acoustic.
There's that Keltner.
Get those harmonies.
So good. Wait, do you hate Fleetwood Mac?
No,
okay.
I quite like
I was gonna say that would be really weird if you did. I was picking up some vibes that maybe you're not a huge fan.
No, I'm a big fan.
Okay, cool.
I'm a big fan. I am a fan of Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks individually as well, of
Yeah.
course.
So let's back it up a little bit. So LB and Stevie Nicks,
Yeah.
they met in high school in 1968, and they both played in a band called Fritz Rabine Memorial Band, which sounds really dumb, but I managed to find a clip of that too.
Wait, seriously? The Fritz Rabine?
Yeah, check it out. This is like a board feed from a live show in 68. Kind of got like a...
Jefferson
Jefferson
Airplane,
Airplane.
kind of.
Yeah, you can tell what they were doing.
Yeah, that ain't bad. Bob thinks the drums are good on that
Oh, the drums are so good on that.
that last clip.
So this clip does sound bad. It's not just my computer for those listening. It's very...
Lo-fi.
This was,
But
this was a board feed.
It's cool though. I mean, kind of vaguely garagey.
I mean, this is in high school.
That's
Like,
high
Yeah,
school?
it's a high school band.
Yeah, it's
not
better
bad.
than my high school bands.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cool. I was in
Bio
bad high school bands with stupid names, and so it's kind of like, oh yeah, everybody I guess did that. What was your high school band name?
Oh, they're terrible. I'll say the most embarrassing one.
It was a Christian pop punk band.
We were no.
Okay.
I had religious inclinations, but my bandmates did not share them to the degree that I did. I think the worst or most entertaining was we were in a band called Fenson, which was we told people it was all sorts of different things, like it's code word that they used in World War II, like Fugazi or whatever.
Right.
No, not the case. It was just because I had a Fender guitar and my friend Aaron had a Gibson Les Paul, and we were like, we should combine it. Our sound is the Fenson sound. It's the stupidest thing. But people thought we were ignorable. And we were. So what about yours? What's your worst high school
I mean,
band?
mine was Never Gonna Score, which somebody messaged me on Instagram this week and said that Never Gonna Score popped up in a Reddit thread of bands that would be huge if they got back together today. And I was like, no, I don't think so, buddy.
Well, that's weird because we've got a call here from the hotline that's asking when the next Never Gonna Score show is. I'm just kidding. We don't have that
Never
right
Gonna
now.
Score hasn't played since 1998 probably.
Did that
99? Maybe 99.
Did that band form the sort of nucleus?
Yes, so that band turned into this past year because Get Up Kids at that point. We discovered Get Up Kids and Jimmy Eat World, and we're like, oh, we're going to have, does anyone have a piano? We're going to do some little piano notes. The guitars are going to be a little smarter.
Yeah.
We're going to have some more advanced octave chords.
Yeah.
We're a mature post-pop punk band or whatever that's called. I'm not sure. Is that a thing? Post-pop punk? What are like the Get Up Kids and all that stuff that came out of?
I have a lot of thoughts about the Get Up Kids because, I mean, they were considered like the emo umbrella was a wide catch-all, right? Like everything got called emo that was like sort of punky. But when I listen to the Get Up Kids, like 4 Minute Mile or Something to Write Home About, which is both really good records, I kind of always am like weirdly struck by the fact that it doesn't sound unlike Superchunk to me or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's
it's like a combo of that like indie rock stuff that was happening with
indie with like obviously a strong
merge bands and pop. It's like pop punk bands listening to like indie rock.
Exactly. And so I kind of always wonder, like,
and the Beatles.
How did the line get what got classified as indie rock and what got classified as we were the Devious Realtors. Whoa, that's a great band name.
Devious
actually.
Realtors. Wow, that's a good one.
We may need
Fragile Christmas to the list this weekend. Because that's what I wrote on a box in my shed.
It is.
And every time I see it, I go, man, that would be a good punk band. Fragile Xmas.
It's a fragile Christmas. But yeah, so the Get Up Kids, emo-y, but weirdly to me, I think if they had been signed to Sub Pop, they could have been called a indie rock band.
Yeah. So anyway, Buckingham and Nicks, they weren't really writing in this Fritz band, and they started writing on the side, and they're just like, look, we're better than this. Let's move out to LA. Let's get signed.
Yeah.
Very classic. Like,
we're doing it.
Let's hop in this car.
They were a couple at this point, right?
They were dating. They were a couple. And they're like, he's like, babe, let's do this. Let's make our dreams come true.
Stevie, the woman, said to Lindsey, the man.
Yeah. They're doing, this is like, I'm reading this and this is just like textbook cliche. Like, she's working odd jobs. Like, she's a waitress. He's a bartender. She's like, they hook up with this dude, this guy, Keith something, and he's Keith Olsen. And they start talking. He's like, look, you can clean my house and then maybe we can work on some tunes or something. I don't know. So she becomes his house cleaner. Meanwhile, they have this 1/2-inch 4-track Ampex tape machine that they're just cranking out demos on. I'm going to try to hook you up with a deal through somebody, and he gets them just a distribution deal with Polydor Records.
Yeah.
So this is cool. Gets them this record. They put it out. I think I read somewhere it said this album only took 6 months to make. So I don't know if that was because it was in between shifts, or if it was like they were really working that hard. Something tells me it was just they were working on it when they could. And
sure.
Keith was probably hooking them up like, hey, I'm kind of dead today, so why don't you come over and let's do a couple tracks here. But this album, while I think it's pretty great, is a total flop. Doesn't do anything. They're dropped, and then we never hear from them again.
The end of the
story. End of story. No, but actually the cool part is when listening to this record, you do actually hear how much of an influence they have on Fleetwood Mac when they join less than 2 years later on New Year's Eve, 1974. So I was gonna play this because I thought this was like an early. This is very like Tusk era Lindsey Buckingham.
But before
This is an instrumental track called Stephanie.
I already love it.
Some Tusk vibes here, right? The guitar sounds maybe a little too clean. Listen to that.
He
hear
has
that?
such a
Dude's a maniac. I remember one time Nate, the song that's kind of similar to this, I forget what it's called. It's on Tusk. It's like Never Go Back Again, maybe.
Yeah.
Nate's like, hey, we learn how to play that so we can cover it. And I was like, oh yeah,
Sure.
right on that, buddy.
Lindsey is he's a very good guitarist.
Yes, he is.
He does a lot. His solo records, they will also sort of that sound that that acoustic sound where it's like
He was plugging. I think he was
it's
plugging
plugged
in
in
direct with
like into the
direct
board.
into the board, just like board
Yeah.
hot board acoustic.
Yeah, he's not afraid of like a kind of a synthetic sounding acoustic sound, but he makes it work.
That's what comes later. Yeah, and my personal favorite record is Tusk.
Tusk is such a good album.
Tusk is like, coming into like the late. I don't know. I guess it's like there's McCartney is a good example. Hate Paul McCartney. Just sort of hops from genre to genre as the years go on.
Right.
That's his thing. Lindsey Buckingham was just like, let's just do our thing, but like have it sound kind of,
Yeah.
shitty, and that'll just give us a little bit of extra edge. Or like, yeah, you have a drum kit, just don't play the whole thing. We'll play one thing at a time, and that's
Right.
how that happened.
Yeah, a lot of like I think recording in the bathroom.
Yeah,
was
weird
like
experimental type stuff, which makes it. And the songs are so simple, and the production is so strange that it turned out really awesome. But
Tusk is incredible. The guy that I started, that I played in that band Fencin' with, he raided his dad's closet when we were in high school and found a Tusk baseball tee. Like it was like brown because it was from the 70s, and I think in the 70s there was a rule that everything had to be brown.
yeah,
But it was like brown with the sleeves were kind of a tan, so brown and tan. But anyway, we had the cool penguin, the Tusk. Anyway, it was an awesome shirt. It was
cool.
Easily one of the coolest things I'd ever seen.
Did he steal it?
Oh, he stole it, and he
Okay.
wore it, and everybody at our high school was like, "Is that a vintage Fleetwood Mac Tusk shirt?" No, nobody at our high school even noticed what he was wearing, except me. I was obsessed with it, and I wish to this day that I had stolen it.
Nice. Well, let's back up again. So I was wondering, it's like, okay, so Lindsey and Stevie go out to LA, they make this record, it flops. That's their 1973. What was Fleetwood Mac up to in 1973 at this exact same time, and how did this come together?
Right.
Well, turns out Fleetwood Mac was actually about to break up in 1973. They were also having trouble. So even before their infamous Rumors and Tusk era drama,
Right.
they had some other internal band issues, including some earlier inner band affairs. One in particular in 1973. Mick Fleetwood's wife, Jenny Boyd, hooked up with Fleetwood Mac guitarist Bob Weston, and that was not great. Didn't go over well. And Jenny Boyd, by the way, is Pattie Boyd's sister. Pattie Boyd, bringing it back to the Beatles, of course, was George Harrison's wife, who he famously lost to Eric Clapton in 1977. One of many reasons to hate Eric Clapton. So I thought that was interesting too. So these Boyd sisters,
Small world. Yeah.
getting after it. This affair, among other things, just completely wrecked Mick Fleetwood, and started the decline of what I'm referring to as Fleetwood Mac 1.0.
Sure.
Fleetwood Mac also got together, their first record. They kind of got together in 67-ish, but it seemed like 68 was around the time they really got started, which is when Lindsey and Stevie got together too, so I thought that was cool. But the really amazing thing, and most people probably know this, yeah, Anita Says to Read Storms, that's a really good book.
It's like all about Fleetwood Mac.
It's about all the like inner band conflict with Fleetwood Mac and that era specifically. But a lot of people know, maybe a lot of people don't know that Fleetwood Mac was a band before they're the Fleetwood Mac that you know today. They actually, by 1973, had put out 8 albums.
Yeah, they were a big concern. Yeah.
Yeah. And and something that I never knew, and this is something that I learned, is that at the end of this year, and we've seen this a couple of times and it's come up in a couple of clicks, their manager, Clifford Davis, gotta go, what are we going to do? We're going to lose all this money. I should probably just come up with a new Fleetwood Mac to send on the road. And Mick Fleetwood was like, sure, do whatever. I'm not giving the money back if that's what you got to do.
Wait,
do it.
did he take part?
No, so Clifford Davis put together a band and sent them out on the road to fulfill the obligations of the actual Fleetwood Mac. And a few weeks in, people started going like, wait a minute, this is not Fleetwood Mac. And Clifford Davis was going, no, Mick's coming. Don't worry, he'll be here. He's coming. And then he would never show. He'd be like, oh, he didn't make it. So the even crazier thing is something happened here, and I guess during this exact same moment, there was some conflict over who actually owned the Fleetwood Mac name. So I think at a certain point, Mick was like, okay, this is dumb. Stop doing this. And Cliff was like, well, I can do whatever I want because I actually own the name Fleetwood Mac because this is the 60s.
Oh my
you guys
God.
signed this stupid contract that essentially forfeited your brand. And so there was this long dispute. By the end of it, actually, it wasn't even the true end of it, but there was a point in 1974 where someone wrote a letter to Warner Brothers, and it was determined by a court that they could at least record as Fleetwood Mac again if they wanted to. And they were like, all right, now that we got rid of Bob, we got rid of this other Bob. I think there were actually two Bobs, maybe.
There was Bob Welch as well,
Bob
right?
Welch.
Yeah.
So once they got rid of those, you were about to get rid of Bob Welch, I think, at that point. They hadn't fully gotten rid of him yet. But they were having troubles with Bob Welch. They're like, okay, look, let's just try another record. So in September of 74, the next year, they released their 9th album, Heroes Are Hard to Find, which is the last record with Bob Welch. And I discovered, actually, I didn't know this, maybe you did. Bob lived in Phoenix for a bit in the 80s, and he had a band called Avenue M.
I didn't know that he lived in Phoenix. No, that's interesting.
Yeah, so Welch was the guitarist. He bailed in December of 74. And I guess prior to that, Fleetwood Mac had always had two guitarists. So now they need at least a guitarist.
Right.
And they go out to another thing that was happening. They had to like reestablish their corporation or whatever that was Fleetwood Mac. And they moved it out of England, and they moved it into Los Angeles.
Sure.
And so they're like, we're from LA now. Everything's going to happen in LA. Let's work on a new record. Let's figure out what's going on. Let's find a guitar player. So they go to Sound City in LA. Mick Fleetwood goes to Sound City in LA. And who's the house engineer at that particular moment? None other than Keith Olsen. Keith Olsen, while he's sort of saying like, hey, this is how this sounds. He plays this song, Frozen Love by Buckingham Nicks. I just picture Mick Fleetwood like, he's like, oh, this guitar's pretty good.
He's like, I'm on
those little
board
like
with this.
those little balls thing that hang from his pants on the cover of Rumors just start to like jiggle a little bit. They start knocking together. He's like, who is this guy? I need it. He's like, oh, this guy sings too? Keith, what is this? And Keith's like, oh, this? Oh, this is Lindsey Buckingham. He's like, and who's playing drums? He's like, oh, dude, that's Keltner, duh.
Yeah.
Let's get Keltner on one of your records, Mick. No, I play drums. He's like, who's that?
And he goes, that's Lindsey.
That's Lindsey and Stevie. He's like, all right, well, I got to talk to this guy because I need a guitar player, and that guy shreds. And he says, well, today's your lucky day, Mick. Lindsey's in the other room, cranking out demos, grinding demos. So he goes and he immediately asks Lindsey Buckingham, hey, dude, you're great. Just heard Frozen Love. You want to join Fleetwood Mac? And Lindsey says, well, sure, but only if my girlfriend can join. And he's like, all right.
He goes, well, we haven't had any interpersonal drama, so this should work out fine.
Yeah, this sounds great.
This will be easy.
Yeah. So, I mean, that single moment is actually kind of insane, right? Like,
I mean, deep respect to Lindsey for being like, I'm in a duo, and if you want me, you got to take Stevie too. And I mean,
They made a pact.
He knew that
They made a blood oath with each other.
Well,
That's
really?
Well, when they make the movie later, that'll be something that's like sort of.
yeah.
It'll be like that movie California. Brad Pitt and Juliette Lewis go out to California. It'll be sort of like that. I think I'm still working it out.
I think it'll be just like that.
So anyway, 7 months later, I mean, you got to think about this. Okay, so these two career paths are going at the same time. Fleetwood Mac, 68.
Right.
Buckingham Nicks, 68. One is like pretty successful. One's a total flop.
Right.
Some point in time in 1974, they meet. They intersect in Los Angeles at this studio. They're connected by this producer, and within 7 months, they release their second self-titled record. Just that means it's called Fleetwood Mac.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of the rebirth for Fleetwood Mac because now you've gotten rid of these Bobs, and you got Stevie and you got Lindsey, and they just become like the biggest band of all time.
It really is. Well, so I mean,
and they become Fleetwood Mac that people. I mean, I'm not saying people don't appreciate pre-Buckingham Nicks Fleetwood Mac, but obviously most people know Stevie Nicks and
the
Lindsey
pop.
Buckingham. Those three records of like Fleetwood Mac, Rumors, Tusk. I mean, just like absolute. Bangers.
I mean, yeah, I roll all the way up through Tango in the Night.
Tango in the Night's great.
I love, but to your point.
And then they bail after that, right?
Well,
they get through 5 records.
It's sort of wild to think about because I mean, I like Peter Green era Fleetwood, right? The first dude. I like the way he plays guitar, but that kind of English blues rock thing is not my favorite kind of music.
Right.
So there's like a handful of songs of his that I think are like among the greatest, but not all that blues stuff totally does it for me. So, and then I kind of like the band as it changes, but it's so crazy. It would be like, imagine if like the Black Keys were like, had put out, 7 records, and then all of a sudden an unknown duo you had not heard of joined them, and they became bigger 10 times more famous. It's a bizarre, plus you've got Christine McVie in the mix.
Right.
And she had already joined the band, I think.
She was actually one of the original members, which I didn't know that either.
Oh, I didn't realize she'd been around for a long time at that point.
She had a cool last name, too, before she married John McVie. I forget what it was.
Christine Perfect.
Yeah, Christine Perfect. I was like,
yeah, that's her cool. And she has a great record out under that name, like a solo album.
Yeah, so Wayne's World, when they're talking about Frampton Comes Alive being given out for free with samples of Tide or something.
Yeah.
I think that's what Rumors was like, too.
Everybody had Rumors.
Everybody was getting, I mean, they sold, I think it was 800,000. The advance order to ship was 800,000 records, which was the biggest advance purchase ever. Jeez. And they sold 10 million copies in the first 30 days.
That record, it sounds like a greatest hit record.
Now.
Yeah, no, that's insane to think about those numbers.
Yeah, Rumors, which I mean, I like Rumors, but Tusk is my thing. But Rumors has like across the board just perfect everything. Again, Pitchfork reissues 10 out of 10. I mean, everything was like solid gold stars, 10s, A's.
Rumors is
every badge of honor you can get is given to that album. So good stuff.
It's funny too that like Gen Z loves Fleetwood Mac as much as they do.
That was another interesting thing is that album, a lot of their songs have re-entered the charts so many times over the years, and most recently because of TikTok. Dreams did. What
was the name of the guy who was drinking the cranberry juice and like?
I don't remember the name of the dude.
Dreams. He's on that show Reservation Dogs. It's worth watching. But that video is incredible.
Yeah, he's like on a longboard or something, drinking
some cranberry.
Spray.
Oh, some ocean spray while Dreams plays. I mean, it makes me want to drink cranberry.
It makes me want to get a urinary tract infection. So I can
just so you have an excuse.
But cranberry juice. Okay, I'm done.
Well, that's great. I mean, I'm glad. I like Fleetwood Mac. I'm a Fleetwood Mac fan, and I don't care that they've gotten maybe a little overexposed at this point. But what hasn't?
I mean, come on.
I mean,
Anita found the Tusk shirt.
She found the Tusk shirt?
Yeah.
Let me see
Is that it? Oh, no. Maybe that's not it.
No.
It is brown.
That is a Tusk.
It has a brown hue to it. That's just cigarette.
Just so,
stains.
even though we're doing this live, you're not seeing what we're looking at. But trust us, it's cool. I'll find.
Here it is.
There it is. That's the one.
Ooh, dig it. I can't make that any bigger. Whatever.
$300 on a site called
Wyco Vintage.
Wyco Vintage, and the A in the vintage is an Anarchy A, so you can tell that this is a punk boutique.
Oh, yeah.
Selling this Fleetwood Mac shirt.
That's a good shirt.
I'm a big fan. Yeah, that's it. And it was so soft. You know, you could just see through it basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm into it.
Cool stuff. Tusk rules. Tusk rules.
Somebody bootlegged this thing. Favorite vegetable? I'm looking at you.
Favorite vegetable who's
Right up
got
your alley.
a mixtape on wastoids.com as of today. So check that out.
Yeah.
Give it a listen.
You like that? Like how I dropped that in there?
I love that. That was great. This is very pro situation. Well, that's great. Some good Fleetwood Mac clicks, and I can't.
Some Clickwood facts.
Well, so my clicks are. We're just gonna start with this video, so I can just play it and then consult my notes. What's happening here? All right, let's see what happens here.
Oh yeah. My favorite video of all time.
I know. So you sent me this video. Do you guys?
What does that mean?
Crazy in the coconut.
What does that mean?
The "I'm gonna kill you" part is my favorite part.
That's so good.
Oh man, it's one of the all-time
He was white
greats,
as a
right?
sheep, and he also
It took
wore false teeth or something?
yeah, it took almost everything I have not to just play the whole video because it's so good.
It's incredible.
So that's fucking sick. You're right, Quentin.
It is.
Absolutely. That's the Avalanches Frontier Psychiatry from 2000's Since I Left You, which we have here.
Since I left you.
Which is my other favorite song on this record. I like every song on this record, and I'm obsessed
Australians
with this.
are just so cool.
It is. It's such a cool record.
Lola's in the house.
There we go.
Fresh off her tutor. Hey, what's 5 plus 9?
We're gonna wait until we get an answer. Just kidding.
She better know.
That's the kind of tutoring she's doing.
Yeah,
Some
just
addition.
basic arithmetic.
Addition.
She's 13. Give her a break.
This record, Since I Left You, is a masterpiece of sampling. I think it's like up there for me with Paul's Boutique. Yeah, we got it.
This just in, my kid's a genius.
She's nailing this arithmetic.
I'm actually a little shocked she got that right.
I've been obsessed with this. This is the 20th anniversary edition, so you get a bunch of bonus stuff. You get their remix of like Belle and Sebastian and Badly Drawn Boy, Franz Ferdinand, all the early aughts greats. But we were talking about this video, and it inspired me to go back and watch it. And it's just, it's so funny. These guys, there's a duo who did this video.
Yeah.
Their names, Mike McGuire and Tom Kuntz.
Yeah.
Kuntz with a Z.
Kuntz and McGuire.
Kuntz and McGuire. So I didn't know this crew, but you sent me another video that they did. Electric 6, Danger, !
Fire in the Disco.
High Voltage, which they did. They did that video.
Go pull that up.
Does anybody? Oh, should I pull that up?
Or just in your
do
spare
it.
time, other people can go find it.
Okay,
It's just a great video.
It's fantastic. So that video is really good. They also did Gay Bar by Electric 6.
Yep.
They did Radio Gaga by Electric 6. They were very
All three of those videos are
tight
just awesome.
with the Electric 6 crew.
Yeah.
They did the Bumblebees, Dr. Love in 2007, LCD Sound System, All My Friends. How do you feel about LCD Sound System?
I'm late to LCD Sound System. I didn't get into them until after they broke up the first time. I think at this point they've broken up.
Yeah.
Have they broken up again, or are they still?
I think that they did like a "We're Going Away," and they made a whole movie about how they were ending.
I saw that movie.
They came back like 2 years later.
They were one of those bands, kind of like spiritualized, that for some reason, just because of their artwork, I always just assumed it was like Moby music, like just or like Avalanches, I guess. Except I like Avalanches. I like Fatboy Slim. I wasn't a huge Moby fan. You know,
Yeah.
I wasn't like a dance music kind of guy. I spent a lot of my time at you know,
Right.
raves and goth nights and stuff. So
Right.
I got enough of that on the clock.
Sure.
So I had avoided LCD Sound System, and then I saw that movie. I was like, oh, this band's actually like super awesome, and I didn't even know it was a band. I thought this was just like
Just one dude.
thought this was like a DJ thing or something. Yeah.
Which, I mean, kind of comes from that world, the DFA stuff. But I mean, I like LCD Sound System.
Anita's quoting a different song.
She's
quoting
quoting
Das Racist.
Das Racist. I'm at the Pizza Hut.
I'm at the Taco Bell. I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Another great song of this era, though.
They talk about Taco Bell. Electric Six talks about Taco Bell.
Is that
Any
the
song,
connection there?
that's the connection.
So Kunz and McGuire also did a bunch of videos for MGMT. Congratulations, they did. They
Yep.
did Your Life is a Lie. A couple of years later, they did a video for a band called Music for Sleeping Children. I don't know that one, but I started kind of like digging into their oeuvre. They ended up making a ton of commercials as well. So
Yeah.
they did like Old Spice, Skittles. They did those Terry Crews
Yeah,
Old
the Terry-
Spice commercials that are.
These guys are awesome.
These guys are so awesome. They did a bunch of stuff for Coke, and, you know, somebody made an alternate video for Frontier Psychiatry as well, and I watched that. Doesn't compare.
Like a fan
Like a fan type
fan
thing.
video?
Doesn't compare though, because this original one is so good, and I love the way they. So I'm a big fan of like the collage-y quality of like a band that builds almost everything on samples, and this record was. I mean, it took them like 20 years to follow it up because it was so. They're just
like, we're exhausted.
I think so. The song Frontier Psychiatry samples a bunch of stuff. I went down that road. It samples Canadian comedy duo Wayne and Schuster, takes samples from Frontier Psychiatrist, their comedy routine. They sampled John Waters' movie Polyester. Big fan of that one. And the song itself samples a song called My Way of Life, which was originally composed by Carl Sigman, Herbert Rabin, and Bert Kaempfert, who's got the mad hits, as I've been told.
The mad hits. Who told you that?
Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Bert Kaempfert's got the mad hits.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're talking about the brand.
Welcome, Decoy Deloy. Oh, we're going to have to start over.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just got here.
Okay, sorry, Decoy.
So what was I talking about? Fleetwood Mac?
So Fleetwood Mac, Peter Green, Stevie Nicks.
Starting my clicks with Buckingham Nicks.
But anyway, so I was like, this is such a good video. You told me. Sam looks like such a nerd dad right now. Even his kids in the chat. I mean, it's true. But I was curious because you wanted Kunz and McGuire to do a format video, right?
Oh yeah, I wanted it so bad. I loved every single one of these videos, and I just was we tried.
How does that work? Like,
I've just never made them when they say no. That's usually
but
how it works.
do you ask like your manager, like, hey, go try to make this happen, or do you give them a concept, or how does that?
No, they're just it's like, I don't know. We had made we hadn't made a video. So we were doing Dog Problems. We had never made a video because we got screwed over by Elektra or whatever. So we were like, let's make a video, but let's make one that's actually great. So there were two people that I really loved. It was Kunz was it Kunz or Kunz?
I guess it might be Kunz.
I don't know what it is. I think I was at the time.
I've been saying Kunz. I feel bad.
Well, you're a rebel. Whatever it is, I was just like, these dudes are awesome. I think the Electric Six video, or it may have been one of the MGMT videos where I first discovered him. Then I went down. They had a really cool website at that point in time.
Kunz has got kunzmanor.com or Kunz Manor. I don't.
Yeah, I just know there's a lot of cool stuff like moving around, and so I discovered. I went through their reel and like found all the things that they did, and they all had a similar vibe to them, just like weird, something weird about them, but still, but not like over the top weird. Weird in like a cool kind of 60s, like B movie kind of way. And then this woman, Joan Raspo, who I think I talked about maybe once before, there was a Target commercial that I'm forgetting what the technique is called, but it's like where Marco knows. I wish Marco was here because Marco started to make a video like this once, but you basically like draw over the frames. And so it creates, there was a movie that was done like that too. So like Still
Oh.
Life or something, or
Yeah, rotoscoping.
rotoscoping. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
Waking
Joan
Life is like that.
Waking Life. Yeah. So Joan Raspo was doing a bunch of rotoscoping. So we actually got as far as to meet with Joan Raspo in New York. And I think when I brought her up before, her office was in the original soundstage for Pee-wee's Playhouse in New York City.
Whoa.
And she still had like some of the props that were left behind in the office. But the Kuntz and McGuire I think they were just like, no. I mean, maybe they were like, we're busy. maybe it was nicer than that, but they did say no, and I was devastated. And then we ended up making, I don't know, shots fired to the person who made it. No offense. It just was the worst video of all time. It was depressing.
Do I dare to say?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go see how bad it is, it's called She Doesn't Get It, and it's
okay.
like we got a friend wife in the house.
We got two friend
So now
wives.
we got both friend wives. Yeah, it was just awful. It was like,
I like
let's
the video,
do like a Rushmore thing, and it just did not work out at all. It was terrible.
Well, so my clicks, doesn't happen very often, but it happened this time. I start on the Avalanches, and then I just find myself exploring the format Wikipedia and thinking about that, because the video for The Compromise is really good. I like that video.
Yeah, so the first one was so bad. We were like, we're never going to be in a video again, and because that was what was the worst part about it. And then B, we're going to make sure that we're actually in charge of how this turns out, because the other one was just so hideously terrible.
Well, so you kind of already noted this, but as I was going through the discography and clicking around, I was like, well, Interventions, there had to have been videos for the first single, and I went and looked, and alas, there was none.
Not even a fan video.
So there are there are videos where people have put, but the label Elektra didn't do a video for the first record.
No, that album came out in October, Q4.
That's when you want to put stuff.
That's
out.
really what. Yeah,
you get that Christmas bump.
Yeah, you really want to be a brand new band, releasing your debut in Q4.
Yeah,
that's a great idea. So Q4, and then by Q1, the Elektra disappeared.
Okay,
so it was February.
So that had a lot to do with
I think
why
it was around February. So they're like, oh, we'll get this thing after Christmas, and then they're like, just kidding, we're all fired, and somehow you guys are still here, but we're not gonna do anything. So. Yeah, they just disappeared. I mean, we had nothing. It was nothing after that.
What a bizarre situation to be. But then, so when you guys move to Network for Dog Problems.
Yeah, so that's when we got rid of our management, found a new man. Is your click about the format?
Yeah.
Oh,
these are my clicks.
Hogging. Why am I talking on your click?
Because I'm Q4 is when everyone is rich. Becky says it's true. No, because I did this is where I was like, I have a bunch of questions about Sam's music stuff, and I'm gonna make him.
Yeah. So we got
super uncomfortable.
We realized we were on our own. But we weren't dropped. So we're like, let's get a management company that's willing to help us, because all we want to do is tour.
Right.
That they can help us, but they won't steer us back in the direction. They have to be okay with the fact that we want to be sort of self-sufficient now moving forward, because we have to be, because we're locked. Because what ended up happening is we got moved over to Atlantic, not dropped. So we were just in this sort of indefinite limbo. We had no idea.
And that's like a thing where Atlantic and Elektra, like same parent company?
Yeah,
or
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers. So it's Warner, Elektra,
Atlantic is what it was at the time.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Wilco thing in I Am Trying to Break Your
Heart,
where around the same time, where they got dropped by Reprise and picked up by None Such, both owned by the same parent company.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know why we didn't get dropped. I think it's because it was so new. They're like, well, maybe we can re-release this or something at some point in time, because they truly did nothing. Except for they released it, so it got in stores and stuff. But beyond that,
and they were, they're just Irish band. But in the mid '80s, U2 had decided, okay, we're gonna have a record label. They opened a record label called Mother. Becky, the music business notoriously makes sense.
Yeah, it's a good time.
But anyway, so Mother Records, this label that U2 has started, they released a record by this band. They didn't book, press. They didn't figure out all the parts that you do to then sell the record. And it's...
Yeah, they're like, we didn't want to really own a record label.
Well, it's just so funny to me to think like, let's do the super hard part of get, and then I guess it's not the only hard part. It's all a hard part if there's, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. So, but then when you decide, so when you're making Dog Problems, you're like, okay, we're in charge of our videos after the bad video.
Dude, look him up. He should have his own Click Vortex episode. He should be on Click Vortex, actually. Very interesting dude.
Brian, yeah.
Great guy. He helped us get dropped. That was we spent the next 2 years very much actively trying as hard as we possibly could to get dropped. And eventually when it came down to we were turning in demos for Dog Problems. They're like, what is this? And we're like, this is our second album. And they were not having it. And they finally were like, okay, cool. Bye. We're like, cool,
that's all you got to do is turn in a record that turned out to be...
We threw a party the day that we got dropped.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We were very, very happy.
Did you do it at one of your houses, or was
we were
it
on we were on tour.
We were on tour.
By party, I mean I think we ordered pizza in the
Hell yeah.
green room.
Hell yeah. So once you're more in charge, you're able to...
Yeah, so then we released Dog Problems, and we're like, let's make a real video because we're in charge of this now.
And The Compromise is the one where I was like, I like this video a lot. It's really cool looking.
Yeah, that was done in LA. Some really cool people. We went there just to get some photographs of our faces, making various, shapes and whatever. And then
making shapes
that was like
with your
truly
faces?
made with origami. Like they did the whole thing. It was very legit. No computers. It was all
it is
stop motion animation stuff.
It's super cool. And then so then here I am just watching your music videos, and I watched the video for We're Alone Again from your solo record. And that's an awesome video that has been a huge inspiration for WASTOIDS. But I love that one. Did you come up with that concept?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my friend Jamal, shout out to Jamal from Phoenix. He lives in New York.
What has his last name pronounced?
Rue?
He was in that band One, right?
He was with John O'Reilly and
before Radiohead.
Oh, she's trying to give the format props for doing a pay what you want.
Oh yeah.
Before 6 months before Radiohead did.
I mean, I think they
took that idea from us for sure.
They almost certainly did.
A good place.
But now it's better.
Now it's much better. The Earth Club. Oh yeah. So the Jamal hooked me up with this guy Chris. He has a studio called Salvation Recordings in like Hudson Valley. Forget the exact town. But he also I think he still does probably music videos. So I flew out to New York, and with like 4 or 5 people, we just sort of put this together. It was very shoestring budget, really, really fun. And there's a paper mache globe that's in the video that we use a still from that for the backdrop for the news, for the WASTOIDS news.
Wait, it's the same globe?
Yeah, it's just like, I need a globe. I'm gonna reuse this from this video.
That music video, it's like the it's like the Rosetta Stone for WASTOIDS in a lot of ways. It's got cult vibes. We love cults.
We've also shared the alien masks.
Alien masks are very, those returned. I like to think of it as the establishment of the Sam Means cinematic universe.
I should also say that Chris's partner, Samantha, did a lot of the set design and stuff. It was really cool. She designed all the robes and stuff for the aliens.
Well, it's a really cool video, and it's like, it doesn't look the same as the Avalanches video. It doesn't these are the same style of video, but it also has like enough of like
that was an influence for sure.
I can see it a little bit in like a really cool
washed out colors and stuff
for sure, and the kind of like the
stage shot.
The stage shot was really. I mean, anyway, this is a great video. We'll drop a link to this video in the blog version of this episode of Click Vortex. But yeah, I just wondered if is making music videos fun, or is it stressful, or is it both at the same time?
I mean, I've had fun making video. I mean, I guess that was the most fun. That was very fun. That was fun. The She Doesn't Get It video was not fun, but.
And I mean, so you already you did fired some shots about that.
Yeah.
You already talked shit, so I don't have to feel bad.
You don't have to feel bad.
What I'm getting at here, what I'm dancing around. Did you know that you didn't like that video while you were making the video?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's like...
The whole time we were there, we were just like, this was a horrible idea.
It's funny to me the way, like, this thing happens when you're doing a creative project, and you're doing it, and you're like, I know this isn't good, and I know that it will not get good. But then you tell yourself, or maybe it will.
We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, and it is good, and we'll see that. But in intuition, you knew the whole time that it wasn't what you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I guess I don't want to talk too much. It was what it was. We didn't have a great budget, and a lot of people worked really hard on it. And sometimes videos just suck. I don't know. It's not their fault.
I mean,
it's just as much our fault as it was anyone else's fault.
Well, I don't know. The world of music videos is wild, and as
you got to make a music video.
I've been thinking a lot about.
We got
music
a green
videos.
screen here.
I've been thinking
Let's
a lot.
do
About,
it.
I mean,
let's do it right now.
All right, here we go. Hang on.
Go
guys.
get
I'm gonna
grab
grab
a
my
guitar.
guitar. Yeah, tune my E string to D.
Enough about me.
Boom. No,
let's talk about you.
No, this was I've been thinking a lot about music videos, and I've been thinking, what makes a cool video? And
I think most of them are just dumb for the most. I mean,
well, like
really,
9 out of 10 of anything is bad, right? Like,
yeah.
Insert the topic here. But music videos can be. Have you ever seen a music video? Do you remember any music like that music video?
I mean, I guess probably like the Avalanches and Fatboy Slim would be a good example of.
Fatboy Slim, those videos are
I bought
great.
those records because of the videos. I like them. I've listened to Since I Left You many times, but I've listened to Frontier Psychiatrist. Is it Frontier Psychiatrist or Psychiatry?
It's Frontier Psychiatrist. You're right.
I've listened to Frontier Psychiatrist many times. It's on like every playlist I've ever had, but I don't necessarily listen to that record constantly.
Sure.
So that's probably a good example of that. I'm sure there's been many. Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, in the heyday of MTV, I found a lot of albums from videos, but then got to the rest of the record and it was not good. It's like, oh, I just really like this video and the song. Yeah, like every Spike Jonze, Anita says Spike Jonze forever.
I don't think Spike Jonze has ever made a bad music video.
No, yeah, Fatboy Slim video.
Such a good video.
So, a lot of great like Beastie Boys record or videos.
Top inspirations for music videos.
There were some very good directors in those days. We've talked about a couple of them, I think.
We definitely have, and I mean,
Mark Romanek.
I know Jonas Åkerlund has come up, who did the, Prodigy video, Madonna, Ray of Light. Like, he's another favorite of mine.
Sophie Muller?
Yeah.
Who's and
came up a bunch in the early.
Someone else?
Yeah.
Didn't she have a partner that
second or even first episode of Click Vortex? But their CV of like music videos they did was beyond ridiculous. It was like, oh, they did every good music video or whatever.
Yeah, The Good Life. Smashing Pumpkins, 1979, I think, right? No, that was Valerie Ferris. That's what I'm thinking of.
Valerie Ferris.
Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Ferris. That's the duo I'm thinking of. Sophie Muller did other stuff.
Music video
Michelle
duos.
Gondry. Yeah,
incredible. I want to throw it to a friend wife, Becky, who said, put the soups in the background, probably of the music video. So.
Oh, yeah.
So we can
we should, let's make a point to do that. We're making a Wealth of the Canyon. What is it?
Wealth of the Canyon.
Wealth of the Canyon.
Yeah.
Music video with the soups in the background. We're doing that.
Some stuff's okay. Radiohead, Michelle Gondry, David Fincher, all incredible. Do you know who else got their start as a music video director? Michael Bay. Michael Bay was a big music video guy, and then he was
very action-packed
now. But we're gonna find out what videos Michael Bay did.
Quick detour.
We're going
quick
on
bypass.
On a quick bypass. Michael Bay. Let's see. He's an American film director and producer. He is best known for making big-budget, high-concept action films characterized by fast-cutting, stylistic cinematography and visuals, and extensive use of special effects. You know what that sounds like?
Nailed it.
Music videos. Let's see here.
I mean, there were some pretty intense music videos in the early 2000s.
He directed, he did some Got Milk ads.
Okay.
His first national commercial was for the Red Cross, not the band Red Cross,
Dang.
unfortunately. Just, so let's see, music videos. Oh, it just says. He started working at Propaganda Films, who are the people who represented the Avalanche guys.
Oh, okay.
Which is crazy.
That's funny.
Crazy to think about.
I'm flashing the hotline while you're looking this up, so there's something going on. If
And then
you
they
know of any great video directors, or tell us about your favorite videos, call the hotline.
Seriously.
1-877.
Especially because I didn't
WASTOIDS.
find what music videos he did.
Sponsored by Hello Merch.
All right, so he did a song called Angelina by Richard Marx.
Ew.
So just cool stuff.
Wait, what was that good Richard Marx song? He had one.
He also
Oh no, I'm not thinking of Richard Marx. I'm thinking of who sings Back in the Highland?
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Richard Lewis. Well, this is derailed almost as much as our live show did.
Yeah.
But yeah, he also
That's Steve Winwood.
Steve Winwood.
Richard Winwood.
Who was probably in Fleetwood Mac at one point. I'm just
He
kidding.
probably was.
Michael Bay did a Donny Osmond video, Soldier of Love. Soldier of Love.
Soldier of Love.
Let's just...
Oh, that's a Soldier of Love. That's an old.
You
that's
know
an
that
old
one?
standard. Beatles did that one on Live at the BBC. I mean, I don't know if it's the same song.
What we got going on here? Dumb.
Soldier of Love. I remember that being one of the like unreleased Beatles songs I was psyched about in 1994, whenever Live at the BBC came out.
It doesn't seem like I can actually access the video for Soldier of Love. This is somebody else who did a podcast about it. We're not going to play that. We'll figure this out later. But anyway, that's going to do it.
If you directed Soldier of Love, call 1-877-WASTOIDS.
But yeah, everybody, thanks for hanging out.
We're done?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
We just started talking music videos, and then we went off script, and then we,
Oh, we lost our chat. Are people begging us to keep going? Mick G. Oh, Mick G was another good one. Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray. Mick G did the Sugar Ray video.
The one for Fly.
Yeah.
Oh, every morning.
Yeah.
there's a
I think.
headline.
That's
That's a
just-
really good video. We've watched that one. Boo. We're
Yeah.
getting booed.
We're getting booed.
Yeah, that's a common.
Wait, do we know who Bob VP is?
Bob VP.
Just a fan?
Identify yourself. Give us a call. 1-87. Oh crap.
Yeah, we can't see comments and do all of our.
Okay, but Bob, call
Bob.
us 1-877-WASTOIDS.
If you have a question for Bob,
If you have a question for John Vanderslice, I'm going to need you to have already called it in because I'm sending them the questions later today. So check out, we've got a new show coming out. It'll be out by the time this airs. It's called Hotline on our YouTube channel and in the podcast feed. Quasi doing it. So yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back soon. Thanks for hanging out on another live Click Vortex. Sam, thanks for talking about your music video history because
hey, thanks for putting me on the spot like that.
I have to do it. Hey, you started by putting me on the spot about my shows.
I'm kidding, but we are going to make you a music video though.
Okay, we're going to get started on that.
Cool.
Probably right now.
All right.
Cool.
Should we high five this one out?
Let's do it.